come with me. Leave all of your things, yeah. You can stop at Gucci, stop at Louis V.
Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jamilla, but I go by Mauve. And if you're returning, girl, I missed y'all so much. It has seriously been way too long since I've produced a video, and like I'm sorry for it, but like I'm not about to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, because like I was dealing with a lot, like, and I usually come and I apologize for, you know, stuff like that, but since it had to do a lot with my mental health, I gotta stop apologizing for stuff like that, you know? Like, I know that my people are gonna love me and continue to support me and continue to come for the tea, honey, but like I just feel like I have to start prioritizing my mental health and also prioritizing my work and like the content that I want to produce, because when I'm in like a funky place, I get real funky. But anyway, welcome back to my channel. I am here with another VSG related video. And if you haven't already, check out my VSG Journey playlist. I have a ton of videos there just describing my journey and explaining, you know, a lot of the things that I did to help me have a successful weight loss journey, in my eyes anyway. But yeah, if you want to check out more of my VSG related content, hit the link below and look at my VSG playlist. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 10 things I wish I had known prior to getting VSG. These are personal things. Everybody, I mean, most people have like similar experiences, but this is not everybody's experience. Remember to only go off of your own experience. Don't mimic anybody else's journey, you know? Everything is personal. You may feel this, or you may experience that, or you may not, that somebody has. So like, just try to stay true to you and your own journey. Ask as many questions as possible, but also consult with your doctor and consult with Google and all kinds of like these free search engines out here, because like people are only going to tell you the answer that they think that you should know. But like getting the answer from your doctor or getting it from Google or somebody who's had like, who has some kind of medical background is much better, because we can only tell you like our experiences with it. We can't really tell you like how things may or may not go. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, before we get into this video, I wanted to take a quick second to talk about my favorite perfume brand, which is Dossier. And I mentioned Dossier in a video before. Dossier is a luxury inspired perfume company. You get the luxury scents, you get the luxury look, like the aesthetic is very much so pleasing. Everybody wants to smell good, but nobody wants to pay those high figure prices. I mean, I don't know about you, but that's not in my budget, okay? It's not in your girl's budget. And I do like to smell good, so it's just like, why wouldn't I want to spend money and get the bang for my buck, whereas I would go and spend $100 or so on one bottle of perfume? You know what I'm saying? So some of my current favorites from Dossier are the Floral Honeysuckle. That's the one that I'm wearing right now, and it's inspired by Gucci Bloom. I love that scent, but again, it's too much money, so like, and it's the same quality, y'all. I'm not pulling your chain. Like, this lasts all day. It's not like a body spray. It's a perfume, so like it lasts all day. Some of the top notes are green leaves, orange, and honeysuckle. Middle notes is jasmine, sambac, I think that's how you say it, and tuberose. The base notes are orris, sandalwood, and vanilla. And anything with like sandalwood and vanilla in it, y'all, it's just like, yeah, I want it. My all-time favorite is Floral Violet, and that's inspired by Marc Jacobs Daisy. If y'all have ever spelled Daisy before, like, this is like spot on. Like, it's not, I don't even recognize the difference. Like, somebody could spray Marc Jacobs Daisy in my face and then spray Floral Violet in my face and I wouldn't know which one it is. That's why you need to get you some Dossier, baby. And then a new one that I'm trying is Fruity Jasmine, and that is inspired by Dior J'adore. Y'all done all seen that commercial, right? But it smells really good. Now, it's a little different. Some of the top notes are mandarin, green leaves, sweet pea. The middle notes are jasmine, lang lang, champaca, peach, and then the base notes are sandalwood, plum, and musk. I'm a sandalwood kind of girl, so like anything with it, it's just like, it's for me. And it is a little musky, like it's muskier than what I would go for. Like, I'm not a fruity girl, but I am like a floral kind of girl. So like, it gives me both, but like, this is definitely, I just had to do, it just smells so good. So if you're interested in trying Dossier, and I think you should be by now, I have a link down below that you can use to get some coins off, okay? And their prices start at $29. So like any luxury perfume, you know, is usually starting between like $100, $150. Like $29, you can't beat that. So hit the link below if you want to save some coins, sis. But let's get into this video. So these will not be in any particular order because I tried to like rank them as like the worst and like the least, you know, thing that I wish I had known. But like at the end of the day, they're all things I wish I had known. So I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about them freely in no particular order. And plus, like I said, everything is personal. Your experience is gonna be personal. So like I don't want to give y'all like my top one and then like y'all thinking that y'all might go through that too, because a lot of people, surprisingly, they do. Like they look at other people's journeys and like, oh, I'm gonna do this or this is gonna happen to me. Like it's not always gonna happen like that. Like you may come out like 100% better than I did. Like I did struggle a little bit, but like you may have a pretty smooth like journey and smooth transition, especially if you're working with your tool. And by tool I mean your sleeve, because I did get that question, like what is the tool? The sleeve, that's the tool. The first thing I wish I had known more about, because I was aware of it, but I wish I had known more about dumping syndrome, okay? Dumping syndrome is the worst. I won't say 9 times out of 10 because that's a personal opinion, but I feel like everybody is going to go through dumping syndrome at least one time. I've only gone through it twice. I don't want to go through it again. I don't even know if, you know, if I'm at that stage where I will. But in the very beginning, when your stomach is still healing and getting used to, you know, being new, like I called my stomach my baby because it was like I was starting from scratch. Like I was a newborn pup. I was a newborn again. So like I was kind of getting used to certain foods, learning what I liked and what I didn't. In the beginning, as your stomach is getting used to, you know, foods and stuff again, you may experience dumping syndrome eating, you know, a little bit too much sugar, too much grease, like fatty foods. I'll tell you my first experience with dumping syndrome, I was a whole mess. I don't understand what I was doing. I think I was just fighting against my sleeve. I didn't want to follow instructions. I was suffering really bad from acid reflux, so it was hard for me to eat, but like the head hunger is real. So like I wanted to eat, but I couldn't. I remember trying, I went to a burger place. I don't remember the name of it. It was Shake Shack, In-N-Out, one of those things. And I had gotten like a bunless burger, and I gotten some loaded cheese fries. Now, mind you, I am like maybe a month out at this point, and like I was getting to the soft food stage, and I'm just like, well, if I mush it up, ding, it's soft, right? Wrong. Child, I literally thought if I made it soft food that it would be soft food, but like I was not taking into consideration that this is a burger, beef patty with cheese and like probably little onions, tomato, lettuce, and all that stuff on there. And then I was consuming loaded cheese fries. Like, what were you thinking? Cheese, bacon, like that's my thing. Like that's what I loved. I loved potatoes with cheese. I love bacon. Like I will pop bacon like chips. I felt the sickest I had ever been in my life. And it's like, it's kind of a cross between like stomach virus and like high blood pressure or like anxiety attack. Cause like my heart was like racing a little bit. I was sweating, but at the same time I was cold. I had like chills. My stomach was cramping up. I felt like I had to throw up or it had to go out the back door, maybe simultaneously. Y'all, I'm telling you, dumping syndrome is not worth it. Try to stick to your guns and stick to your diet. But I wish I had known a little bit more about it. I had just like grazed through it like, okay, I'm not going to eat too much sugar. Girl, you messed yourself up. The second thing I wish I had known about, and this is something I talk about all the time, is my acid reflux. I was aware that, you know, that's a complication that you could have, but like a lot of people, I'm just like, that ain't gonna be me, I'm gonna be fine. I was not fine. And I did not take my medicine. A lot of the lessons you'll learn from me is like, don't do what I did. In the beginning, I struggled. And like I said, I fought against my journey. I fought against my tool because I just wanted to continue to live like I did before, but reap the results, you know, reap the benefits. And that's not how it goes. I didn't take the medicine that I was prescribed for my acid reflux. I don't know why I didn't take it, because I was literally suffering every day, but I just didn't do it. Now I'm happy to say that my acid reflux is under control. I don't have any more issues with it. The other day I did eat some tacos. I think it was the tacos. I don't know. It's still, you know, it's an ongoing investigation. But my chest did start burning a little bit, and it was like the first time in a long time because it was like full on acid reflux, heartburn. Like, I don't know what was going on with that. But yeah, I haven't had like really bad experiences with it lately because I've been taking my medication, but I really wish that I had known more about it, or even felt like more inclined to like do more research on acid reflux itself, not just after VSG, because like it's a pain in the butt. The next thing I wish I had known about is head hunger. Head hunger killed me, literally killed me. And I think that I can attribute a lot of that head hunger to my acid reflux, because from what my doctor was describing, it kind of sends hunger pains to your brain. Like, you know how when you're really hungry, you feel like your stomach is burning, like the acid is building up or whatever. Sorry, I got a phone call. Nobody respects my content time. Nobody respects me. But like, you know how when you're hungry and you start experiencing those feelings of like burning in your chest or in your throat or something like that, those signals like happened for me too, and I thought I was hungry all the time. So like, it really played a lot on like my mental, because like I wanted to get up and eat, but knowing that I couldn't, or that I didn't really feel like I should, or like, you know, like me trying to eat something and it wasn't really good to me, or I couldn't get it down, or I was throwing it back up because it was acid reflux, you know. Head hunger is real, and it's enough to make you want to like punch a wall sometimes, because like everybody knows how good it feels to eat. Like, I wanted those things, but like I couldn't experience them because it really wasn't hunger, you know. I was just hungry in my head. The fourth thing I wish I had known about was the liquid diet struggles. As a lot of you know, if you've watched any of those videos in my VSG playlist that is linked down below, I did cheat on my pre-op diet. I had chicken wings and fries and like all kinds of stuff. Not all kinds of stuff. Let me stop lying. I didn't have all kinds of stuff. I had like 2 days where I ate things that I wasn't supposed to. And it made me feel really bad. It made me feel like I wasn't really focused on my journey, and like I was doing this for all the wrong reasons again. Like, and I didn't want to feel like that. So the rest of my journey, I pushed myself to finish, you know, strong. But I will say it's a struggle. Who goes from eating like regular foods, or most of us eating foods that we really had no business consuming, you know, especially in the quantities we were consuming them in. Who goes from that to saying like, oh yeah, I can just be totally happy with drinking protein shakes, 6 protein shakes a day, and eating like drinking broth and eating steamed vegetables with no sauce and all that. Like, that's sugar-free everything when everything else was sugar-full. Like, what? It would make the strongest person cave, you know, or want to cave anyway. So like, the struggles were real. I would encourage anybody to really start challenging yourself to do it early. I decided that I wanted to do it early, but I only started like 2 days early. I really should have started like a week early, like did a whole 3 weeks of a cleanse, because like I feel like I would have been able to successfully complete 2 weeks had I started a week early, because I would have known a lot of those struggles in that first week when I wasn't like technically like ordered to do it that way. I probably would have cut out a lot of heartache. So the fifth thing I would say I wish I had known before was the transition to getting back to eating like normal foods, I guess. Whole foods, not blended or pureed, not, you know, soft foods, not broths or anything like that. Like, those things, yes, we still eat them, but like transitioning my body from going from a liquid diet, I would say about a week and a half of like a successful liquid diet, and then entering my phases where like I wasn't able to transition smoothly from phase to phase. Like, we were doing clear liquids. I'm sorry, my body makes all kinds of weird noises, especially after I eat or drink something. But I wasn't able to transition from my clear to full, and then my full to puree, and then my puree to soft, and then my soft foods to like whatever the hell you want to eat. Like, I really wasn't able to transition smoothly. So like, that was something I wish I had prepared myself for too, or like I had just braced myself for, because I went through a lot mentally and emotionally during those times. I felt like my sleeve wasn't going to work, and like I had made a bad decision, and like it just wasn't a good time for me because I didn't educate myself as much as I should have. And like, I stress that in all of my videos too. I'm just like, if you're in the beginning stages, do your research. Don't just ask your favorite person on Instagram. Do your due diligence. Go on Google, talk to your doctor, harass them. They getting paid for it. I know my doctor was tired of me, but hello, hi, I have a question. You gonna answer it, okay? Trust your medical professionals. Like, let them know that you're interested, because I feel like it makes them feel better about like the success that you'll have, and they monitor your success. Like you still have to go to the doctor after that for at least, a lot of people stop going after a year. I didn't stop going, but I didn't have like the normal appointments. Like mine was during COVID, so everything was over the phone. So like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted again. Somebody else called my phone. I'm setting fire to the rain. It ain't even raining outside, okay? It ain't even raining. But yeah, like a lot of the appointments were over the phone. So like, I really didn't get the experience of like going back to the office, weighing yourself, you know, seeing your progress and talking to your doctor regularly. But yeah, talk to your doctor. Make sure that you are hitting them up, blowing their phones up. That's what they're there for. Don't try to like go off of your own understanding or something, or what you think you understand. Like, just go and ask them, especially if you're struggling from face to face. And if you're like not really transitioning well, like just talk to them, and talk to your therapist too, like your psych doctor, because that's something I also wish I had done, which is the next one, my 6th one. I wish that I had talked to my psych doctor a little bit more, because the mental issues that I'm dealing with now maybe could have been avoided, or maybe could have just been like I always say, a smoother transition. You know, like this may be a time in my life where like my mental health is just transitioning, not necessarily for the better, but just different. My thought process is different. The way that I perceive things is different. The way I hold on to things is a lot different. So like, I wish that I had stuck in there with my psych doctor a little bit longer, or just like to this day, hell, to this day, I wish I had done that. That's something that I'm getting back into, but stick with your psych doctor. I didn't know how important it was to work on your mental health prior to VSG. So like, I wish I had known that my mental health was like just as important, if not more important, than my physical health, or like my physical transformation. Because like my mind transformed as well, and I didn't know how to keep up with it. So make sure that you're sticking in with your doctor, your psych doctor, blowing them up when you feel anything. Like, don't stress yourself out, but like, don't go off of what you think you know. Like, get what they know, because they went to school for it. They getting paid for it. Next on my list will probably be not liking the foods that I liked pre-op, that I like post-op, and like vice versa. Because I didn't know that it would change so much. Like, I still love bacon. Like I say, I still love cheese, everything in moderation. I always say that too. But like, I used to like for instance, I used to love chicken Alfredo, or any kind of Alfredo. White sauce was like my thing. But like after VSG, I couldn't stomach it. You know, I didn't really like it that much. I even tried to make it my own way. The way that I make it now is like a little bit better for me, but like I was using jar sauces before, or like trying to doctor jar sauces, and like it kind of made me sick the last time I tried it. So like, that I really can't get with. Pizza, like bread and stuff like that. Like, I do know that it's you're restricted. So like, when you eat carbs or like heavy carbs, it expands in your stomach. But like, I didn't really know that I was gonna not like pizza, like not like the way that it's like composed, like the bread and then the cheese, and like, you know, like I don't know, like sometimes I really cannot get with pizza. I don't really like it. And like certain drinks, like I gravitate more towards drinking sugar-free things like all the time now. And I didn't know that I wouldn't want to like transition back to like drinking, you know, soda, and like I don't really like it as much as I used to like it. I couldn't go without like a root beer or Dr. Pepper. I like all the grandma nasty sodas that nobody else really likes. But like, I used to love drinking them, but now it's just like I can definitely do without them. Like, it's just subtle differences that you notice have changed in you. So it's just like, like not necessarily something I wish I had known, because it would have altered my decision, but like, it was kind of a shock to know that I really didn't want to eat pizza anymore, because the meat lovers was my go-to. But it was a shock to my system a little bit that I didn't like those things, or I didn't want them. Because when I did go back and try it, was just like, why don't you like these things? Like, I felt like I was trying to force myself to like them again, and like, had I just known that things were going to be different, I wouldn't have tried to force them down my throat. I wouldn't have tried to like understand why I just didn't like them. You just don't. Your taste change. Sometimes your tastes change, and especially with VSG or after weight loss surgery, like your pre-op tastes are not going to be the same as your post-op 9 times out of 10. And I've heard that from a lot of people who have gone under, you know, have had weight loss surgery. They don't even go back to some of the things that they used to love and they used to eat. So like, it's something that you might want to think about. Transition, you know, try to smoothly transition yourself now, because you might not like that no more, sis. So next would be like how easy it is to become dehydrated or vitamin deficient. So I feel like I definitely should have known about this, or I should have educated myself a little bit more about this, because I have been so dehydrated. And since I'm not the best at taking vitamins, I'm not the best at taking medication. Clearly, I went on suffering for months without taking medicine that could have helped me transition better in my journey. But like, I always forget to take it, or like, I don't know, it's a mental thing. I just don't want to take it. I hate swallowing pills or taking supplements. Like, I can't stand it. But it's so easy for you to get dehydrated and for you to become vitamin deficient, because if you're not taking them, you know, it's going to affect you if you're not taking them, because you can no longer consume the food that you used to. So like, you may have been able to get all of your vitamins and nutrients in when you were having full meals or like full size portions. But now that you're not, you have to supplement, you know, those nutrients and those vitamins. And if you're not taking them, then you're just going to not have any. You're going to be deficient. You're not going to get enough from the portions that we're able to eat. Same with water. Like, since I only have but so much room in my stomach, I gravitate more towards drinking first. And it's just like, I drink what tastes good. I'll go and drink a sugar-free beverage or a Profi. I love Profi. This has protein shake in it. Like, my creamer is usually like a sugar-free creamer and like a half a protein shake. But I love, you know, drinking coffee. Coffee wasn't even like, I liked coffee before, but like now I'm just like a coffee head. And I need to stop because the caffeine really isn't good, especially for my acid reflux. But coffee is like my thing. But I need to start off with drinking more water, because I'm wondering why I'm feeling, you know, sluggish or lethargic, or I'm walking around feeling like my mouth is just like in a Sahara desert and my head is hurting and like nothing feels right. It's because I'm probably dehydrated. I need to start drinking more water. So I wish I had known, or like I keep saying, prepared myself for the transition of eating the important things and drinking the important things first, you know, not just what tastes good. Another thing that I wish I had known a little bit about before is like how much my skin would sag. So like, I'm not ashamed of it anymore. I do show it. I did have a video, like one of my last videos before Vlogmas, my failed Vlogmas, was like my loose skin update and what I plan to do with it. I knew that I was, you know, I may have had some loose skin. Like, I was very like midsection heavy, so I knew that the skin was going to fall, but I just didn't know that it was going to fall to like that magnitude. And sometimes it does bother me, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not necessarily complaining about it. My boyfriend ain't complaining about it. Okay, but sometimes it does bother me mentally. So like I was saying before in that video, I do plan on having skin removal surgery. I don't know if it's going to be like a full-on tummy tuck or if it's going to be like the panelectomy. I hope I said that right. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I do plan on getting the excess skin removed, because I just view it like this. Like, I didn't come this far to still be unhappy with my body in any way. I don't want to settle for anything, especially since I don't have to. So loose skin and my boobs and my butt, y'all. And lastly, something that I wish I had better prepared myself for, armed myself for, okay, because sometimes y'all like to tussle. I wish I had prepared myself more for like the hate and the criticism that follows VSG, because it's real and I just don't understand it sometimes. To me, it's just like, you would think that you'd have the most support when you're trying to better yourself, but a lesson that I learned is that it's the complete opposite sometimes. Like, you'll have people that want to see you fail, they'll want to see you stay the same, and they'll want to see you like suffer. And that's like so twisted in the head to me, because you would think like, you know, I'm about to lose weight, I'm about to get healthier, have a better quality of life, live longer for me, for my kids, even if you don't have kids, just for myself, for my family. Like, you would think that they would be like, yes, girl, go get it. The love changes, like the support changes. You get the people who are just like, oh, I don't understand why you can't do it the natural way. Like, this is natural weight loss. It's not like I'm like pumping something in myself every day to make myself lose weight. I'm not taking supplements to make myself lose weight. I didn't wave a magic wand to make me lose weight. You know, like, the struggle of VSG is still very real and still very much so natural. You know, like, some people have a great time doing it, but others kind of transition and it's kind of rough. And a lot of the people who preach natural weight loss are still the same people who are sitting on their tails, okay, for lack of a better word, sitting on their butt, not doing anything towards making themselves happier or like going towards their own goals and dreams and getting those goals crushed and stuff like that, especially physically. They will project onto you and they're just like, oh, well, you didn't do it the way that, you know, everybody else does, as if they're doing it in any way at all. Like, girl, you can't preach natural to me. You can't preach anything to me if you aren't doing anything to better yourself. I'll say that first. And then you have the people who are just like, oh, that's the easy way out. People who have said that have never done it and probably couldn't stomach it. They couldn't take it, like that process and like the mental struggle, the physical struggle, they couldn't take it. So like, if anybody tells you that you took the easy way out, they don't know what way is which, okay? They don't know if they up, down, left, or right, okay? Don't pay them any mind. They're just, like I said, they're projecting onto you. It's something in them that is just so wicked and wild that they just feel like they can't better themselves. So let me go tear down this person that's trying to better themselves. And baby, you're not going to bring me down at all. Like, I struggle enough with my own personal thoughts. What makes you think that I'm going to like take yours on top of mine? Like, girl, you don't, if you was paying a bill, maybe I would consider it. Okay, y'all have too much time on your hands. That's all I will say. Because I try not to address the negative, but it's just like, when there's so much in like the weight loss surgery community, I guess maybe it has always been, I just didn't see it, but it can be so toxic at times. Times that make me feel like I don't even want to be like a part of it in like the social media aspect. It'll always be a part of my life. I can never not have VSG. I could never not go through what I've gone through, like, to achieve what I have achieved. Hey, yo! I get on my own nerves. I really get on my own nerves. But to have achieved the results that I have achieved, like, I can never undo that. But like, it makes me not want to be so vocal or so present in the weight loss surgery community on social media, because like, it's like a rat race. Like, it's kind of crabs in a barrel-ish. Like, a lot of people are just doing it because, not just doing the surgery for followers, but like, when they start sharing their journey, they start to go off track and like veer to like lying and untruths and stuff like that, because they want to look like they're just glowing. Like, the glitter is not always gold, y'all. Like, we have our rough days, and the creators who tell you like everything is peachy and like bubbles and sunshine, like, it's not. They'll make everything look so aesthetically pleasing to the point where it just looks like a magazine, you know, it just looks like she's living that life, or she's that girl, or her journey is just so perfect, but she's not going to tell you the things that she's not doing to better herself, you know. Like, I tell you all the time, I suck at drinking water. I don't eat, you know, the things that I should all the time, especially now. I'm almost 2 years post-op, so like, sometimes I be feeling completely unsleeved. Like, there are days where I may indulge a little bit, but like, I always bring myself back because I don't like the feeling of it. You know, I've trained my brain. Like I said, it's more of a mental transformation than it is a physical sometimes. I'm disciplined. I'm not always motivated. There is a difference. I talked about that before too. Like, you're not always going to want to do the things that you need to do for yourself, but like, your brain, if you condition your mind to work a certain way, then you will always do those things. So like, even when I find myself overindulging, I'm like, okay, throw it away. Like, I'll literally get up, force myself to, like, not even force myself, sometimes I'll just dump the plate in the trash because I'm eating too much. But when they don't tell you the ins and the outs, and they just try to make it seem like the whole transition is smooth, maybe it is for them. I never heard, you know, anybody who has had like that smooth of a transition. Like, some of the pages that I come across, everybody that I've spoken to in like a real like capacity has let me know that they've struggled in one way or another. So like, to me, I don't like that toxic kind of my life is perfect, follow me for like more tips. And are they really tips when they're not the truth? But that's something I wish I had armed myself for. Not saying that I would argue more, but like, I would just know how to respond a little bit better. because I just went into it thinking that everybody was going to be super supportive, and they weren't. And sometimes they won't be, and they never will be. So like, you've got to learn how to get yourself through those tough times and talk life into yourself and give yourself grace, because the world is not, you know, it's not always going to want to see you succeed. A lot of people are going to try to drag you down before they lift you up. That's just the ways of the world. But those are my things that I wish I had known prior to getting VSG. I know this video is probably a little bit long. I'm going to try to edit it down because, you know, your girl can talk. But I wish I had known those things. I wanted to share those things with you, just in case you're in the beginning stages, in the pre-op stages, or like just wanted to know, like wanted to, you know, talk about it. Put down in the comments if you're a post-op. Let me know something that you wish that you had known, or if I said something that resonated with you, because there might be a couple more things. I know there are a couple more things that I wish I had known about. But we're gonna keep it cute. We're gonna keep it, you know, short and sweet. Maybe not so short, but we're gonna keep it sweet. So as always, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you're not already subscribed, press the subscribe button, give this video a like, share it with your friends, share it with anybody who you know is in the pre-op stages, or anybody who's had VSG that may resonate with this. Leave me a comment below about something that you wish you had known, or something that you're worried about if you're pre-op. Like, we can talk about it in the comments. I love to get to my comments. I got some time today, so I will be getting to these comments. But remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel. If you really love your girl, put on the notifications, because I have a lot of videos coming soon, and I don't think y'all want to miss them, because I'm actually taking your suggestions from my social media. And if you're not following me on social media, go ahead and follow me at More of Mauve. But I'm taking a lot of your suggestions, and I'm about to start making some videos for you guys. So turn on the notifications so you'll know when I upload another video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.